what's up guys? It is Carly here bringing you your weekly dose of horror. Yes, I am finally back to making these videos, at least for now. I finally had a free weekend, so I watched a movie and decided to get back into the reviews. So today we are still in the A section, so we have not gotten that far, but we're on to Alyce Kills. What year is this from? This is from 2000, it's either 2011 or 2013 or 2012. I'm seeing 2011 on the back here, so I'm gonna go with that for now. That might be wrong, but I apologize and I'll fix that in the title either way. But yeah, Alyce Kills. This is a movie about a girl named Alyce. It's you know, centrally just about her, and follows her after the events that take place with her and one of her best friends. They're kind of partying one night, doing some drinking, and you know, just hanging out, and something goes wrong. There is an accident involving her friends, and after that, Alyce pretty much goes into this downward spiral into sort of a depression slash insanity type of deal, and that is pretty much the entire movie. It starts out with her and her friend, then something happens, and then you got this girl just slowly kind of losing control of her life. She is not showing up for work, and she starts doing drugs and all kinds of things like that, and then it leads up to a climax that's where it really just shows how insane she truly goes. So yeah, Alyce Kills, this is one I've only seen one time before, and it was one I had wanted to revisit because I remember really digging it. It reminds me a lot of movies such as American Mary or May or Excision, where you have just a central girl character, and it's kind of just following her and her life, and how things sort of spiral out of control. And you know, this girl, I wouldn't say she's like a weirdo or an outcast really, but she's kind of an introverted character, very sort of the quiet type. She's not really awkward or anything like that, but definitely a quiet, keep to herself type of girl. She works like this office job, and she's just got a very basic lifestyle going on. Then of course the events happen and her life kind of turns to being not so normal. So and I really like that about it. You know, they don't always have to be awkward and weird. Just the life of a shy, quiet, basic girl is also pretty interesting because it seems realistic. It seems like something like this could happen, and I feel like that adds to the horror elements of it. The story itself, I would say it's a little more maybe slow paced than some of these other films where you're following a character like this. But with that being said, it's not slow to where it's boring or anything like that. It's always keeping you interested and wondering what's going to happen next. But kind of the start of the film takes a little while to get into after the accident that occurs. You know, you got a lot of scenes with the two friends partying, stuff like that, but I think it's actually a good thing because it shows their relationship and shows, you know, just kind of the bond that they have, and it's good for the character development, so no complaints there. The main girl, I think she does a believable job of playing her parts. She is just, like I said, very believable. She, when things happen, she's just kind of like upset and feels sick to her stomach, and just kind of doesn't know what to do. And the way she reacts and the things she starts doing, as I said, like the drugs and stuff like that, and just not waking up in time to show up to her job, it seems once again pretty realistic to stuff that could happen in real life. Once you get into like the ending portions of this movie, and this is where it sort of starts to remind me of movies like May a little bit, where it goes from kind of 0 to 100 real quick. You know, there's some actually pretty gross and gory parts in this, and they actually kind of turn my stomach. I've become one of those people who's really just grossed out by certain elements when it comes to gore and blood and guts and stuff like that, and this movie definitely does a good job with that. The way things look, it's very realistic looking. Nothing's too cheesy or anything like that with the effects and stuff, so I think they do a good job with that as well. And then the very ending, I like it. It's very kind of to the point, and it's actually kind of comical in a very dark sort of way, so I really enjoyed it. I like the way it all kind of wraps up. Like I said, it's very kind of just kind of ends a little abruptly, but I don't mind it. In this movie it works, especially the way they do it. So overall, I think this is a fantastic, fantastic film. I really don't have any complaints with it, except for maybe there's not as much going on as there is with the other movies that I listed to compare it to. This probably isn't the one that I would go back to as much as those other movies that I really love, where you're just studying a female character, but it definitely is a good one, and I feel like it's pretty overlooked and kind of underrated. This is not one that I ever hear anyone really talk about, besides the year it came out and stuff like that. I would hear it be talked about on podcasts, but other than that, I feel like it's kind of forgotten. So I definitely recommend Alyce Kills if you guys have not seen this one yet. For this one, I give it an 8.5 out of 10. Definitely check it out, and thank you guys once again for joining me for this weekly dose of horror, and hopefully I will see you next week.